Morning students, my name is Dr. Purnima Bhandari. I am an assistant professor, Department of Botany, Meherchand Mahajan DAV College for Women, Chandigarh. Today we are going to discuss about the topic photoperiodism. Plant passes through two stages, juvenile and mature state. In the juvenile stage, only vegetative growth occurs, while in mature state, the plant develops the tendency to bear reproductive organs. This transition from vegetative shoot apex to floral shoot apex has been described as a phenomena of floral evocation. The term photoperiodism is derived from two Greek words, that is, photos means light, periods mean length of time. Photoperiodism was first discovered by Garner and Allard in 1920, who observed in Maryland mammoth variety of tobacco that it did not flower in the summer even when it reached 10 to 15 in height, while in winter it could flower before reaching a height of 5 feet. They were able to achieve the same results on an artificial medium also. The plant could remain vegetative if during the winter it was given extra light hours from the electric lamps. In the summer, the plants flower when light hours were reduced by darkening the plants for some time during the day. They introduced the term photoperiod, that is, they mean in order to flower, plants require a certain day length, that is, the relative length of day and night. The response of the individual plant to the relative length of the day or photoperiod has been termed as photoperiodism. That is, it is the sum total of plants' physiological responses to the duration of light received, that is, depending upon the duration of the photoperiod, plants can be classified into short day plants, long day plants, short long day plants, and long short day plants. Apart from that, three categories have also been introduced in the last 10 years, that is day neutral plants, intermediate or stenophotoperiodic plants, and amphipotoperiodic plants. Coming to the short day plant, these plants require a relatively short day light period, usually around 8 to 10 hours, and a continuous dark period of about 14 to 16 hours for subsequent flowering. That means these plants will flower in the late summer or on the fall or on early winter. One thing to remember, if their dark period is interrupted even for a brief exposure of red light, short day plant will not flower. In this picture, you can see that Maryland mammoth tobacco, which is a short day plant, when it receives long day condition, this plant doesn't flower. However, when this plant receives short days and a continuous uninterrupted dark period, this plant flowers. As these plants require long uninterrupted dark period, they are also known as long night plants. Besides tobacco, this variety of tobacco, other examples include Cannabis sativus, that is bhang, poinsettia, and chrysanthemum. Second category includes long day plants. These plants, they require a longer day light period, now usually of 14 to 16 hours in a 24-hour cycle for subsequent flowering. That means they will flower when daylight is increased in spring or early summer. Another important fact to consider in long day plant is that if a brief exposure in the dark period or the light period is prolonged, it will stimulate flowering in long day plants. In this picture, you can see that when henbane, which is a long day plant, is being exposed to a long day condition, it will flower. In reverse, if exposed to short day period, this henbane plant will not flower. Other examples also include spinach, radish, and third category comes is day neutral flowering plants. That is those plants which flower in response to daylight changes, that is they can flower in all photoperiods. When they reach a particular stage of maturity, they start flowering process after a period of their vegetative growth. It is the most common kind of a flowering pattern which is being observed in number of different plants. Examples of day neutral flowering plants includes tomato, mirabilis and cucumber. Then we have another category of short long day plants. That means it is a combination of short day and long day plants. These short long day plants are basically long day plants, but they must be exposed to short days during early periods of their growth so that they are able to undergo the reproductive phase. They are able to flower later on. They will flower only when if a certain number of short days are followed by a certain number of long days. Example include Trifolium, Triticum vulgare, Scale cereal. Then we have another category of long short day plants. In this category, plants are basically short day plants, but they must be exposed to long days during early period of their growth for subsequent flowering. Example include Bryophyllum, that is Pathachar, Cestrum, that is night jasmine. Then we have another category of plant which is intermediate or stenophotoperiodic plants. These plants flower within definite range of light hours above or below which no flowering will occur. Example Andropogon, white kidney bean. Another category is of amphipotoperiodic plant, exactly opposite of stenophotoperiodic plant. In amphipotoperiodic plants, these plants flower above or below the intermediate day length. Example is of Media elegans.